Welcome back to Mega Man 11, everybody. I'm Nintendo Capri Sun, and we're going to take on Demo Man, also known as Block Man, but if you downloaded the demo and played, then you actually got to see this guy's stage first. Or this guy's stage only, because it's the only one you could play. Huh. But seeing it in advance was pretty cool, because, well, this game is cool. So watch for the timing on these blocks, it's a little weird. We have these roly-poly enemies over here. And then we have these gigantic guys with hammers who take about 10,000 hits to kill. And we got more bolts. We should probably be smart about this and actually go shopping when we get a chance to. Yeah, that's right. If you're fast enough with the button mashes, you can just kind of kill those when they come up to you. So that little cloud thing floating up there, that's actually a Gordo. And if you allow it to materialize, it'll shoot off in 8 directions. It's not fun. You've seen those guys in Mega Man 1, and not quite the same form. I think in Mega Man 1 they just kind of floated across like physical objects or something. I mean, technically everything in Mega Man is a physical object, but still. Ooh, nice, nice. I suppose we could grab those two up there. Or we could just do that. I mean, I suppose you could always slow down time, too, to get them if you wanted to. Okay, so, oh, a nice thing about this is actually you can switch your weapons around like this. I'm not used to doing it that way, really, to be honest, so I'm probably not going to. But, boom, boom, just like that. It's pretty simple, really. That's why I said I wanted to do Blast Man first, because he was the only one who had a mini-boss that would not be so overwhelmingly epic to use their weakness on them. That's pretty awesome. When you do figure out a mini-boss's weakness, you'll know it when you figure it out. They'll always have some kind of effect will happen on the screen. Some kind of special effect, explosion or something. So, just do that. It's surprising how often a robot's weakness will actually work throughout his stage, too. So once you figure out the weakness, try it out in the stage. Like, for example, right here. Wait a minute. That's too late for that, but, you can go like this right here and just blow the whole frickin' thing up. It's called Demolition Man. Also, don't forget to turn it back off, obviously. You don't want to be using up that energy. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yee. I did that exact same thing in the demo. I can't believe I did that again. Like, it's not that I knew it was coming, because I didn't. I didn't remember that that was there. You see it on the screen, you think, oh, I can just button mash my way out of it, and then, nope, you can't. Still button mash those, though. Yeah, this didn't set us back that far, actually, so I think we're good here. Yeah, as long as you're not touching the ground when that thing first comes down, you can actually skip this and kind of not even have to do it at all. But, as far as speedrun tactics go, well, I'm not the person to ask for things like that, but ooh, get it before he dies. Oh. I don't know why I went for that. I was still in like score attack mode in my main head. Wow, that was close. Yep. Make sure you gotta grab him. Let's see here. Get you. Watch out for the Gordo there. Those things will take you by surprise when you least expect it. There's a couple of really nasty placed ones later in the game. Obviously, we'll get to that when we get there. For now... Ah, nice. If you can get them before they fire their shots, that's the best time to do it. Otherwise, sometimes you just can't. Welp, I tell you. I probably should have employed a little technique known as jumping there. It's an obscure technique, but man, when it works, it really works. Tell you what. Okay, so where was I? Oh, there, we finally got that top one out of there, jeez. Whew! My goodness, man. So this one's a little bit different because it's on a conveyor belt, so you gotta watch that. I don't think it works as well if you're like... Oh. No, I burned it out. Okay, at this point, you're better off just going back to the Mega Buster. I'm going to mess with it. Also, when he's 2 levels up, you can actually hit him without jumping. When he's like second from the bottom, I mean, so that's worth noting. Well, sometimes you just can't get out. I mean, it slows time down, but it slows you down too, so it's like, good lord. It slows you down like slightly less than it slows them down. So there is that. Thank you. Good lord, man. Yeah, this is why if you can try to ascertain mini-boss weaknesses, you probably want to do that, because they're some of the worst parts of the stage if you don't know what you're doing. I've died more to mini-bosses than about anything else here. Of course, there's nothing like the old pits / knockback combo, you know, to send you reeling. Plenty of that, too. Boom! Yeah, that's right. I knew I'd get you before I got to you. So I guess if you want, you could just sit here and grind, like, here for health or something. But you would be astounded at how rarely enemies drop health in this game, though. Like, it is seriously crazy how rarely they drop health. There is an upgrade that you get in the game that causes enemies to drop health more. And once you get that, then they drop it all the time. But before that, it's like they don't drop it at all. It's crazy how little they drop it. Because you remember, like, Mega Man 2 when you hit those drills in the Metal Man stage? Like, every 3rd one you hit, well, at least every 6th one you hit would drop, like, a big energy pellet, you know? And here, like, you can't even get a little one. Ugh. Okay, so watch for the blocks if you want to. You rush coil to get through some of this. Of course, that is if you don't screw it up first. So you can do it here too. Well, I gotta set him up in advance here. Well, it helps if you actually land on him. It also helps if you don't go straight to the pit when you fall off the side. Yeah, you know, I probably should grab this E-Tank here. I'm not sure why I ran past it before. I guess I've just spent so much time playing the score attack mode that I kind of stopped thinking about those things. Because they don't mean anything in score attack, and you're just trying to kill as many enemies as you can. So I think the way I did this when I played the demo was I actually called Rush Coil over here. What? Thanks a lot! Called Rush Coil over here and then just kind of spun around. Or pulled back to the right and jumped up there that way. But this way works just as well. That is, if you're not getting stunned. Or stoned. Preferably not either of those. Yeah, see, does not want health drop at all. It's like it's not even worth it to kill the enemies, because there's no reward in it. Just avoid them, really. It's like every now and then it just leaves health randomly out in the middle of the stage. And half the time that turns out to be fake. Yo, shooting star. There's always that element of time passing in some of the stages too, like it'll start out daytime and it turns into nighttime. We're on our last life here, so we may want to be careful what we do with this. In fact, what you might want to do, let's just go normal here and save the Sea Blast for the second phase. Okay, Pink Floyd, like seriously, oh, I didn't realize the battle had started. Thought he was still in his cutscene. Oh. Yeah, he jumps so fast, dude. Usually they're all floaty and shit. Okay, you're not gonna jump this time, the one time that I'm anticipating you to? Oh wow, already, huh? Okay, I'm not even gonna try to figure out what button to push to do that. Here goes. Boom, there you are. That's not all of it, though. That's most of it. He's just gonna go all Iceman on us here. Yeah, so like, don't shoot the Mega Buster when you're on the ground, because he pretty much always jumps over it if you do. He's just set up that way. Huh. I can't help but feel like I got a little lucky there, though. But hey, whatever. Whew. Deep breaths, y'all. We're gonna get through this. This is actually one of my favorite weapons in the game. You just do so much with it. Nerd gear, arm gear, Super Mario block. You got a new weapon, the Block Dropper, not to be confused with Clock Stoppers, a rare and awesome movie from 2003. Yeah, that's it right there. That's all you need, really. It's just so useful, though. You got these enemies, like, up and to the right of you that you can't get to, just boom, like that. Or you can turn up the heat and do this. Bleh. Which is better, but not so much that I think it warrants, you know, breaking your concentration to try to remember which button does that. And then, of course, having to remember to turn it back off when you're done, you know? Yeah, it's just that the buttons on the Joy-Con are so small that I press them by accident all the time without even meaning to. Especially the right, like, C-stick. When I'm trying to, like, shoot really fast, my thumb will graze against it. And then it's just all she wrote from there. Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I believe Acid Man's weakness is Block Man. But last time I tried it, it didn't really work that well, so maybe I just wasn't doing it right or something. Anyway, this is a pretty cool stage. It's also really short. You can usually get through score attack mode in like 4 minutes on this one. Although normally in score attack mode, what your goal to do, really, is get as many points as you can by killing as many enemies as you can. And of course, if you stop, you know, if you leave the stage early, you're not getting as many points as you potentially could be. So you don't want to do that. Uh-oh. I could have just slid under him. That's what I should have done. These guys, you can just one Mega Buster shot pretty much takes care of them. Yeah, the stage is kind of reminiscent of a Donkey Kong Country 3 level or something, maybe? And I don't mean that as an insult, because TK3 is awesome. TKC3, not TK-Fifi. Fifi, Fifi, Fee-Fi-Fo-Fum. Alright, you don't have to... Okay, seriously, don't get caught in a loop like that. Let's see. I think I want you to come at that from the other side. And at this point, I might as well. There we go. Yeah, I will say I missed the little... You know, when it fills up your life, you know? But hey, I guess a lot of people miss that. I think one of the most common complaints I hear about this game is the sound. That, like, you know, none of the original Mega Man sounds are there. It's like nobody seemed to mind that Mega Man X didn't have any of the original sound effects. I guess one thing people say about this one, though, is that they used stock sound effects. But I don't know, you know, I'm not that familiar with what a stock sound effect. I mean, I know the Wilhelm scream, you know, and things like that, but like, I don't know what a stock explosion sounds like. They all sound the same to me. Every one that I've ever heard in my life is just, you know. Oh shoot, now, see, when they turn the water green here, that means it's very volatile, and you don't want to touch it after that point. Of course, with these bugs spitting out their vermin all over the place, it's not exactly doing the world any favors here. Yeah, see, you can stun him too, but it's like, why does it matter? You can't hit him in that time that he's stunned. Maybe one regular shot, I guess. I don't know. So if you shoot him with the Mega Buster, that's better, because then they don't spawn the little ones. Well, hit him, that helps. I don't know, just a thought. I always thought this placement of this one spike here is kind of weird. It looks like something that somebody would put in a Mario Maker level. Not that that's like a bad thing or anything, but it just doesn't strike me as something you normally see. Just notice this over here. I'm going to grab it for sure. Yeah, some of these jumps toward the end of the stage are pretty tricky, so... Yep. I'm not going to mess with that guy right there. Ooh, I could use that. There's no harm in picking it up. So one thing you'll notice about here is, like, when you walk off a side, Mega Man kind of does a little hop. All on his own. Like, I'm not telling him to do that, he's just doing it on his own. So it's kind of cute and also maybe a little useful, I don't know. Blocks. Blocks will pretty much take care of this dude in no time at all. That is, if you don't just sit there and let him hit you. Honestly, I probably should have used the more powered up version and probably went a two-shot at him or something. Oh well. Anyway. Not sure why I'm leaving them on. I think I'm more used to using like the trigger buttons to change my weapons rather than the joystick. But the joystick is easier because all it takes is one motion. You just have to remember where the weapon is. But the cool thing about it though is each weapon is in the same place where the Robot Master is on the robot selection screen. So that's cool. Yeah, you can actually shoot the acid out of the air before it gets to the water. And maybe stop it from hitting the water. That's a lot easier if you have something that shoots a lot of bullets, like a certain other weapon that shall remain nameless. Oh man, I can't believe I made that jump. Jeez. That was like a 1 in a million right there. That was a 1 in a million. You don't have to take my word for it, just listen to the song. That's what he says. He says, "Oh, 1." Okay, can you... Oh my god, this is like the worst placement of a sniper Joe I've ever seen, man. It's like literally nowhere to stand. Well, right here, I guess, but... Oh, at least he dropped health. Sure don't see that too often. Alright, easy does it. These are tricky, like they really are. Especially this one. Oh, jeez. That gives me serious, like, major anxiety there. Oh my god, get out from under me. You're moving so fast, and then when you get under me, all of a sudden you go slow. So this room is a little confusing because the current down there, when you first come in, is going to the right. So first you think, oh, it's like that through the whole room, and it's not. Okay, let's start over here. I like to try to make as few jumps as possible in here. Just because... Oh, okay, we did it. That's not the end of it, but boy, it's ever nerve-wracking. Oh, hello. Sometimes enemies drop one of those. That's kind of like a roulette wheel. You can end up with an energy tank or something. Actually, I do have one now. I don't know if I just picked it up there. Oh, crap! Oh, the current started right when I got up there. Oh, man, I forgot there was a current in there. Woo, can somebody drop some health? That would be great. Yeah, it's okay. So, well, the current was already there before I got there. I just wasn't really noticing it until I got to that point, I guess. So... Holy crap. I guess that's easier than it looks, to be honest. Because I seem to always make it when I'm least expecting to. I don't know, man. This room's already acidy. Nobody was even here to make it acidic. Oh well. Alright, how many lives do we have? Oh, of course we have 0. Of course, what else would it be? Boy, now I sound really pessimistic, don't I?
Come on in, the acid's fine. Time for an experiment. Acid
Okay, so, well, honestly, this guy's not that bad. The block takes care of his shield right away. This shot's not too hard to avoid. Of course, that jumping sure does get under your skin. Oh, I'm actually gonna use it because I don't care to do this whole stage over again. This isn't too hard to avoid, you just jump and jump again. Jump, jump again. Jump, jump again. Just to misdirect his shots at the second jump. That's how I deal with that, usually. So yeah, I do kind of know what I'm doing, believe it or not, sometimes. Oh, blocks are out. Yeah, I wish there was a way, and I know none of the other Mega Mans had this, but I wish there was a way that when your weapon ran out, it just automatically went back to Mega Buster or something. So that you wouldn't be sitting there firing the button frantically, not knowing if the reason it didn't fire is because there was still a brick on the screen, or if it's because you were out. Because you can't take all the time to look up there in the top left corner of the screen to see if it's run out when you're trying to watch what's going on around you. It's just tricky. I don't know how I did that as a kid. Is that 4 sets of eyes or what? Nerd gear! I'm gonna say that every time that pops up. I don't care. Dude, put your drink down and try out your new bong, man. Yeah, this weapon's not too terribly exciting, I guess. It's you shoot acid, makes a little shield around you to deflect bullets, which that actually helps a lot, especially in some of the extra modes. Oh, that was actually the super version of it right there. I hate when that happens. Like the first several times that I played this, I came in to check out my new weapons, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool! Can't wait to see what the super version looks like, and then I found out I was already using the super version because I'd accidentally hit the L button or something. It's really annoying. Whatever. The super version and the regular version really aren't that different. I guess the biggest difference is the regular version only blocks projectiles, where the super one can actually destroy enemies, so that's the main difference there. So look at this, top 3 are down for good. So next time on Mega Man 11, we're going to take our acid and we're going to dissolve somebody. Who exactly? We shall see soon. Goodbye.